Uno momento. There we go. There I am. Welcome back to Timmy's Lair. How's it going, everybody? We are not doing anything crazy exciting today. Not sure why my camera is so out of focus. I think it might just be dirty. Could be the lighting too. Let's see if we can fix this. That's a little better. Yeah, welcome back to Timmy's Lair. So we are... I hate that IV cam thing is right here. I need to change that too. We'll just put this back. I like this. Although I would like it if this one was centered. Oops. Damn shame. Oh well. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of chill out, bullshit a little bit, and check out this collection that I picked up. It's nothing crazy. It's decently sized. It's about 10 to 12,000 cards. We'll flip through these precons here that were in it. They are complete, but they are not sealed. 2 of them are sleeved. Not sure why the third one wasn't. It seems like it came with some sleeves. I think he just never got around to it. This is from a local guy here in Fort Nelson who used to play. He played for years, it seems, especially when the store here was still open. And he actually was telling me that he got really discouraged going to the LGS because people were like, well, you never win these things, like why do you even show up, and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, that's genuinely fucked up. Like, I don't think anybody deserves to get treated that way when they're, you know, trying to enjoy themselves and enjoy a game that they love. It's really messed up. But I apologized to him. I was like, I'm sorry you had that kind of experience, man. So I'm actually thinking I might give him one of these commander decks back, and I'm not going to take them apart or anything. But yeah, otherwise we can actually move the phone here for a second. Please don't mind the trashed room. There's quite a bit here, as you can see. There's another bag there, box here, and then one other thing that I'm gonna show off a little bit because I'm really excited about this other item. Yeah, man, it's really shitty. Like I that's fucked up. Like, and that's what I said to him. I was like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, you shouldn't have been treated that way. And then it was running through my head. I was like, man, if I ever owned a store and I overheard somebody talking to somebody that way, I would tell them to get fucked and don't come back. Like, it's really fucked. But yeah, he hadn't played for a couple of years, basically since COVID, after everything kind of shut down here. And so I gave him an offer on his collection. Something that I enjoy doing is flipping through collections and seeing if I can, you know, make a few bucks and maybe find some cool cards. And so yeah, like I said, there's a substantial amount. It's probably 10 to 12,000 cards. Those are mostly, from what I understand, I went through most of it already. I caught most of the rares, I think. I don't think there's any more in there. So I kind of divvied all those up. I like to, so when I get these things, I'll get them, I'll go through and I'll separate all the foils that are uncommon and common, and then I'll separate all the rares, and then as I go through the actual bulk, I'll separate that into common and uncommon, and then I'll separate it into colors, and then I'll separate it alphabetically, A, B, C, D through X, Y, Z. And then that way when I'm doing inventory and logging it into the card trader store, excuse me, it's really simple for me to, you know, I've got 4 cards and they are, you know, 6 cards or whatever, and they've all got the same name. I could just type that in once, and then, you know, this is the quantity, done. And then I don't have to look at that card again until I put it in the box and or sell it. So it is a very long, drawn out system, but it is kind of the best thing to do for selling en masse. Yeah, so I'm gonna flip through these precons because fun fact about Timmy here is this Animatu is unfortunately fucked. So this is going to be garbage. The Azuri is not terrible. It's got a little bit of a bend in it, so that's okay. The Marin is kind of the same. It's got a little bit of bend on the right-hand side here. But I'll probably, I don't know. I'll see if I have them. I do have a long-term project in mind for these oversized cards. Fun fact about Timmy is I have never purchased and used a pre-con straight out of the box. It's a lot of work to dig these out, but I'm going to dig them out anyway because it's cool. One piece, nice, other shit. 4 dice. If anyone's ever looking for dice, hit me up. Yeah, it does suck. It's a really sad story, Chip. Welcome in, by the way. Hope you're having a good day. This is the wrong box. I've got cards from so many games, bro. While we're already here, I might as well just kind of show off a little bit. So these are World of Warcraft cards from the World of Warcraft trading card game. I think there's 2 decks. There's 2 heroes in here. I don't know anything about this game other than it looks really cool. These came in a Magic collection once upon a time. These are... So this is Duel Masters. This is an old school card game. Tested standard all day. Nice. Vaporeon. This is one that I pulled way back in the day. Not a first edition, but it is Jungle from 98 when Wizards still owned Pokemon. Original Digimon. This one is Thunderfucked. This is, again, something that I pulled when I was a kid. I lost it, got it back. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! Some more recent Pokemon. This is all more Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit more Pokemon, Digimon. These are some, what are these? Well, I'm not allowed to show the Red Skull on stream. That's very illegal. TOS. Yeah, these are Marvel cards from the 90s. They're kind of not really worth anything, but, you know, still kind of cool. More Duel Masters. Got them all color separated. This was a really fun game back in the day, like early 2000s, I want to say. 2004 is when that game was made. But yeah, so I've got some random cards there. I've got Sorcery. I've got Flesh and Blood. Oh. Here they are. I'll put these in with this right now. So yeah, this is some Flesh and Blood when I bought into Monarch First Edition, like a fucking Timmy. Here's our Magic Flesh and Blood card. Our Sealed Ira deck. I've had this for, I don't know, since 2021. This is like a starter welcome deck or whatever. And then this is what I was getting at. So, got these, some Plains Chase or Arch Enemy cards. Never played Arch Enemy, but they came in a collection. These just came with my Spider-Man boxes. These are Chicago Magicon. So being in Canada, I don't get access to these things very frequently. So those are pretty fucking sweet. These are Plains Chase for sure. And then got the oversized dungeon cards. And then this fat stack of oversized cards. So we're going to see if we have the Azuri Marin and Animatu. Karn Silver Golem. I have a project in mind for these way down the road. I'm going to learn how to do epoxy. So we have Azuri. Oh, there's Animatu. Perfect. I don't know if we have... Oh, we do have Marin too. Damn. Okay. Might as well finish going through these. Lots of them. I don't think I have Kalia though. I have Ur-Dragon, Freyalise, Windgrace, Kalemni, Savine. My goal is to get all of these and then eventually make a game table and epoxy all of these in. I think it would be really cool. We'll toss these in for now, but they'll probably just end up getting sold or tossed in the garbage. Alright, now that my attention deficit has taken over for a minute, let's get back to the going through the precons. Yeah, so I've never played a precon straight out of the box. Usually I'll alter them in some way or another before I start playing them. Like I find a card and I'm like, oh, this is really cool for this deck. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of chill out, bullshit, check out some golden era, or sorry, bronze era cards, you know, between probably 2012, 2010, and 2019, I think is when this guy quit, 2020. So this is experience counters, this is experience counters, and there was 2 other decks in this set of 4 precons, I believe, 2015. I heard really good things about Marin back in the day. Player sacrifices a permanent, so this is kind of like Mayhem Devil. 1/1 counter on each creature you control. That's really strong. 1/1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Sack another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sack creature's power. Sack a swamp in the forest. Yeah, he goes in the 99, I think. Hey! Chip! That's awesome, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's really cool. Yeah, we're definitely I'm gonna give one of these precons back to him. Maybe I'll sleeve up. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of player he was. I don't know what he liked playing. So, I mean, I can kind of tell based on the decks he had built. He really liked red-blue spell slingers, it seemed. He had a couple, like, built decks. Beginning of each upkeep, put a 1/1 sapling on the field. So sack fodder probably for Marin there, right? Oh no. Sick it adds, yeah. Oh, suck it adds, I got it. Yep, fair enough. Draw 3 cards, lose 3, sorcery speed 4 mana. What a different time for Commander. Yeah, it seemed like he liked red-blue decks. And I don't want his whole, like, I feel really bad because his whole Magic experience was like, it was like maybe not the whole thing, but it was so shit to the point that he stopped going to the local game store and stopped playing a game that he very clearly enjoyed based on the volume of cards he had. And it's just fucking sad to hear, man. Not cool at all. Precons have come so far, dude. Greg Staples. This thing's a house. I lost to this one time, actually. Somebody was playing the Marin Precon. Scourge of Neltoth. Wish it was better. Signet, Greaves, Command Tower. You can always find a little bit of value in these precons. 4 mana, blow up a thing, and you get a body out of it. Okay. Combo piece. Weird that that's in the deck. Yeah, well, it was... The store itself wasn't bad. I will say that the owner was a little bit of a dick. But not in the sense that, like, I don't know, in my mind, it wouldn't make sense to run a store and then have somebody get treated like that. I don't know. Fuck that, man. Oh, this is like the budget Craterhoof, right? Malakir, Thought Vessel. It was a fine store. I played a couple pre-releases there and stuff like that, but he mostly went under because... Wait, is there 2 Great Oak Guardians in here? Yeah, it seemed like... Oh yeah, there is. What the fuck? Okay. Good to know. So we're gonna cut one of those, I guess. Maybe come across the other card that belongs in the deck. Was this a known misprint? That makes me curious if there's more in the other ones. Yeah, I think it was more the community than it was the store itself, but it's still shitty, man. Fuck that. Nobody that's trying to enjoy themselves and, you know, like play a game should be treated that way. It's not fair. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target player draws a card, loses a life, gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Return target creature card from graveyard to hand. Wretched Confluence. Okay, I've never seen this before. Sorry, I know the camera's a little bit far away, but Myriad Black. Spider spawning. Spider-Man, anyone? Eater of Hope, the Rager, Putrefy. This doesn't seem like a terrible deck. I imagine for, like, at the time when it came out, it was probably pretty strong. I'm gonna turn that the fuck off. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, that's what I mean, you know? Like, a lot of people go to the LGS for Diabolic Servitude, love this. A lot of people... Ooh, and a Skull Clamp? Damn! Yeah, this is juiced. Like, a lot of people go to their LGSs as a good escape. You know, like, you... Hard fucking week at work. Yeah, I said that right. Sorry, I'm a little fucking stoned. Hard week at work and you want to go relax and just sling some spells, man, like, that's what it's about. You should be able to go there and not have to worry about getting berated by people. So again, like, I would like to give him one of these commander decks back or something. You know, he did make the choice to get out of Magic by selling this, so I'm going to offer it for sure. I don't know, I don't want him to have a bad experience with everybody in the community. I don't believe in that. 3 mana, Legendary Planeswalker, Animatu can be your commander. Draw a card, put a card from your hand on top. Exile another permanent you own. This is a combo, right, with like Nicol Bolas and Sisay and like a bunch of other pieces. Oath of Teferi or the Chain Veil or whatever. Or like Mount Doom, Derevi or something. Verena, very familiar with this. Crib Swap's a good card. Mortify. There's ninjas in here, okay. You think Yuriko stocks are going to be high with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out? I think so. I think Yuriko is going to be hot. Phyrexian Delver, Predict. Choose a card name. Target player puts the top card of the library into their graveyard. If that card has the chosen name, draw 2 cards, otherwise draw a card. Ooh. That's kind of spicy tech. You don't commander much anymore? I'm a CEDH player mainly. I do enjoy limited once in a while, like doing a pre-release or a draft. I like this Predict card, actually. This is really cool. Rebecca Guai art, you can tell. Yeah, before I even look, you can tell just by the art style on there. Telling time. You don't commander much, eh? Yeah, I'm a CEDH enjoyer, but I just had too many commander nights where it was sit down for 5 hours and then play one game. Like, I mean, I'm exaggerating. Ooh, Sarah Avatar, okay. I'm exaggerating a little bit for sure, but like, you know, you get 3 or 4 games in a 6-hour time span as opposed to, you know, like I can play 3 or 4 games of CEDH in an hour or 2. Usually, you know, obviously pending gigantic 25 card stacks. Yeah, I run Kinnan and I'm currently testing Celeste Rune Knight. Skullstorm, I really love the art on this card. Mark Poole did this, which is crazy. When you cast a spell, copy it for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Each opponent who sacrifices a creature, each opponent sacks a creature, each opponent who can't loses their life, rounded up. So this has like Commander Storm. This is really sweet. I've always really liked the art on this card. And if you were playing like, there's no world where you play this in CEDH, but if you were playing like a, you know, a low-powered Rograk deck with another partner, maybe you could do Rograk Rayhan or something like that, and then you use the black cards to sacrifice Rograk for rituals and stuff like that, and then, you know, you cast the Skullstorm and just start annihilating. Yeah, it is definitely a commander card. I like that a lot, actually. That's really fucking cool. Entreat the Angels. Oh, this is the other commander option. I'll put this in front with Animatu and Verena. Ooh, another ninja. Sphinx Hiriko. This is interesting that they put a 2-color legend inside of a 3-color precon. Lots of basics in these, damn. Kind of makes me, that Skullstorm really makes me want to build like a, is it in the other pile? Yeah. Kind of makes me want to build like a Rograk Rayhan deck. I think that would be a lot of fun, just casual. I think it kind of sucks that they... Oh, that's not big enough for all of these. Okay. We're going to stick these in a separate box somewhere after. It kind of sucks that they put out the bracket system for Commander. It puts a damper on... I mean, I'm saying this in retrospect. It makes it sound like I just like playing overpowered cards and pub stomping people, but it puts a damper on playing a casual deck, and then you cast a card that somebody knows is on the game changer list, and they're like, oh, you can't play that, it's way too strong. And it's like, yeah, but maybe I'm just playing it for value. I've heard the argument of intent is pretty relevant. Well, if you intend to just combo out with this card, then it's too good and you shouldn't play it. But if I'm intending to just, like, you know, get some ramp. Yeah, I don't like the list personally. I don't necessarily agree with it. It's still boiled down to my deck's a 3. So we got more experience counters, 1/1 counters, which is similar to Mazarek. Casado. It's a snake tribal deck. Interesting. Some Myriad. Welcome in everybody else who's not Chip. No offense, Chip. Enjoying chatting with you, but... Scytheclaw. The Chameleon Colossus. This thing's a classic. Beastmaster Ascension. I used to get wrecked by this. Bad commander decks. My first Magic deck, let me grab the keyboard here. So this was my first commander deck that I ever built, is here in chat. Thank you, MTG bot. So he's a white, blue, black legendary that cares about lands. Fucking terrible colors for that archetype at the time. I think it was 2017, 16 maybe, that I built that deck. Absolutely awful colors for the archetype at the time, but it was really fun. And being my first commander deck, it was a challenge to try and find. Ooh, Bosch the Iron Golem. He's strong, actually. He can be really good. A year or two ago, I saw a deck list with Bosch at the helm, and they were actually gearing it for CEDH, and he came, I think, top 15 or top 16, sorry, in a tournament, in a small, like 50-person or 42-person tournament. 48-person tournament. But he top 16'd in it with Bosch, and I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. 6-mana instant. Oof. Exile all creatures you control at the beginning of the next end step. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal... Ooh, this is like a mass polymorph. Put all creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. So this is like, make a bunch of tokens, fucking pitch them all, and then get that many. Ooh, this is cool, actually. Interesting. 7 or 6 mana instant, though? God damn. I mean, that's a really cool combat trip. Hey, thanks operator, appreciate you. Hopefully work's not terrible. Throwing stuff at any people, hell yeah. Draw a card for each creature target player controls, and draw a card for each creature another player targets. Man, the mana costs in these are huge. It's dusty. These cards are dusty too. Ninja of the Deep Hours is in this one too, not just in the Animatu? Okay. Day of the Dragons, cool card. Predation, Mystic Snake. Solemn, Hatchery. This card was quite expensive for a brief amount of time. And then they reprinted... It's a black... It's a, not a legend, it's a black creature that makes snakes on upkeep, I think. You lose a life, make a snake on your upkeep. Experiment. Lots of 1/1 counter stuff in this. Whenever you draw a card, you may put a 1/1 counter on Lore Scale, Thought Vessel, Reliquary Tower, Command Tower, Zoetic Cavern. Interesting. Shaman. Another Myriad creature. Tribe Elder. Bane of Progress is a nice hit. Orthomancer or something? I can't remember. Orin Viper, nice. Arachnogenesis is huge. This just got reprinted in Spider-Man in one of the comic book covers. Verdant Confluence. Loaming Shaman, big fan of this. Thelonite Hermit. Plax Manta. Command Beacon is a big hit too. That's like a $15-$20 card. Keep in mind I use Canadian price references. But yeah, that hatchery was quite expensive before that Mancer got reprinted, and then for whatever reason it dropped. Yeah. So I also have a cool stack of foils here. Toss through these and kind of just a little bit of a throwback. We're just gonna bullshit and enjoy ourselves, you know. Energy counters, eh? Wow, so there was lots of Aether Revolt. There was lots of Kaladesh. I'll show you some hits. There was some Oath of the Gatewatch, Zendikar, Innistrad, Ixalan, Hour of Devastation block. There was lots of that Bronze era where there was like lottery chase cards and stuff like that when they had just started making lottery and chase cards. So definitely a different time for Magic. Vehicles. How do you feel about vehicles, Chip? What's your thoughts on vehicles in Magic? Personally, I'm not a fan. This one's kind of crazy. A 7/11 for 1 mana, crew 6. That's like 2 or 3 creatures. Improvise. Whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard, make a servo. Okay. Basic land action. Oh, excuse me. Gremlins. Conviction. Stockpile. These are all just commons and uncommons in foil. I haven't really like gone through the cards. Oh, they're kind of ass. Yeah, I agree. I don't like vehicles either. Ooh, there we go. So as I go through these, I'm pretty good at knowing kind of just what's good and what's not. Like Raise Dead, typically not an amazing card. Yeah, this whole... I've already gone through about 20 of them, but this whole stack is all foils, operator. So I'm pretty good at knowing just like what's a good card, like what's playable, whether it be in CEDH or like most decks want this card kind of thing. So I have kind of ensembled a little pile here of those cards already from what I've gone through. So Raise Dead is one of them. Is not one of them, but it in foil, especially Conspiracy, where it was pretty hard to get foils. It is kind of a desirable card. So, you know, we've got a couple of copies of Opt. Emerald Charm has been on the MTG Stocks Watchers list lately. Instill Energy is really good in a lot of decks. Carpet of Flowers is amazing. Guttural Response, Grape Shot, Desperate Ritual, Snaps, Armory, another Opt. This needs to go up here. Path to Exile. Whisper Silk Cloak is like a $5 uncommon in these older sets. Rex Sage is good. Telepathy is not that great, but it is a few bucks. Enchantress is really good. Geosurge is really hot right now in CEDH because of Atali. Here's another Raised Dead. This one's revised. Clock of Omens is hot, and Dramatic Reversal. So these are all cards that are really playable in most decks in these colors. So I just kind of, as I go through these collections and stuff, I kind of just set those aside as I see them. And then they kind of go into a... At one point I had a box of staples for deck building and stuff like that. I've mostly gotten out of my personal collection, barring some reserve list. We will probably do a stream actually at some point, just kind of flipping through my reserve list binder and checking stuff out there, or maybe my decks. But I've kind of gotten out of collecting for the most part. Ooh, foil Zendikar lands. Oh yeah, dude. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Commander is the driving force of Magic: The Gathering secondary market, 100%. I personally no fucking idea what's standard relevant or modern relevant at this point in time. Corpse Churn's pretty cool, but not that good. Evolving Wilds. These Zendikar full art foils are actually, they're pretty pricey for the most part. I just sold a Forest not long ago. Or sorry, this is Battle for Zendikar. Original Zendikar ones are pretty pricey. I just sold a foil Forest, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 months ago. That was $25 or $20 Canadian. Ooh, Righteous Blow foil. I love these, man. Like, this is 8th edition foil. This is 2003. So this is VV and more VV. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think Cauldron's getting banned, or do you think VV's getting banned? Because I think VV sells more packs. Nobody gives a fuck about Wilds of Eldraine anymore. Smelt. Instant speed, destroy an artifact. Yeah. Rust Scarab. I love these shiny cards, man. Psychic Rebuttal. Counter target instant or sorcery spell that targets you. Not that good. Mind Scour Dragon. Another Battle for Zendikar. Retreat to Kazandu. The Watcher. Yeah, Cauldron for sure. Yeah, I agree. Which is crazy because I feel like VV probably, like, is there... VV needs a turn to get going. Fair enough. Can you play like Curiosity or Enduring Vitality and stuff like that in Standard? Because I think VV just goes off with those two. Oof. There we go, more Battle for Zendikar lands. Warping Whale, this is actually pretty playable for colorless. Counter target sorcery spell or make an Eldrazi spawn for 2 mana. There is some pretty nice old border. Yeah, okay. There is some pretty nice old border foils in here too, actually. While we're talking about old border foils, I just want to show you guys this really quick. This is pretty sweet. So this is an old border foil from Mercadian Masks, but it's shifted, as you can see. So I don't know if I'll be able to... Oh yeah, right there. So as you can see, you can still see the red border on top here and the rest of the mana cost and stuff like that. But it was shifted, so all the text is shifted down, including the illustrator, the date, the collector number, the name, the type, the flavor text, and everything. It's all shifted downward because when that's the final thing they put on along with the border. So they stamped it down, or however the fuck a printing press works. So I did post this in a misprint group just to see, because oftentimes there is some demand for these things, and it being an old border foil is way cool. And it's only worth what people will pay for it, right? Sadist Devil. Waltz, Toppelgeist. Eidolon. I love this ingest mechanic. I'm surprised they never brought it back. More BFZs. Mornwillow. I stopped on this because it's a Golgari card that has haste. You don't often see that. So this is a 3 mana 3/2 with haste. When it ETBs, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyards, creature with power 2 or less cannot block this turn. Okay. Ooh, 8th edition foil. Fun fact, 8th edition foil cards have black borders, but the non-foil cards have white borders. Invasion foil mountain. Oh my god, dude. Like, they just... It's like a reverse holo Pokemon thing, because there's no foiling on the artwork, but the border being foiled like that, it's so special, man. It's so cool. Odyssey foil, same thing. These are so fucking sweet. I love old cards, man. What a time to be alive. Nobody knew what they had. I mean, I was 6 years old. I wasn't buying Magic packs. I was too busy playing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! On the cement with no sleeves. Fucking beautiful. Here we go. Amphibious Kavu. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous, man. It's not a good card. Quarian Sentinel. This one's a bit fucked up, actually. This one has some... Can we get it to show on camera? Yeah, you can kind of see the gunk and shit on it. Nevertheless, still really cool. Simplify. This is not a card that I'd ever seen before, but this is, again, like... These old border foils are just fucking so nice, man. Each player sacrifices an enchantment. I could actually see this being so good. This might be one that I keep. I love the artwork on this. I love the... Oh, man. And, like, for the most part, his collection was in extremely good condition. I don't often come across them this good. Fertile Ground in foil. This actually might be a hit. We can also... use MTG Bot to price things for us. So an invasion foil goes for around $20 US. Look how many printings of this there are, man. Yeah, the regular invasion is 20 cents, so this is like 100 times. Is it 100 or 1,000? I think it's 100 times multiplier just for being a foil common in invasion. It's insane. Arbor Elf, this one's a little newer. This is, so they started foiling the actual artwork and stuff in these ones. Silken Fist Order. I can't tell if this is a uncommon or a rare. But again, those old border foils, the old school artwork. It's just so nice, man. This is what a different thing. Cursed Flesh. Old black cards are arguably some of my favorite. I love the bubbling and stuff. The way that foil looks in foil is so nice. Shambler. This is really cool too. Alley Grifters. There's a few more as well in the back of here. What's Eternal Weekend? Ringleader. Flowstone. Kieran, Shivan Hardest. I've heard of Eternal Weekend, but Ooh, wow, cool. Is there promos and stuff like that you can get while you're there? I'm in Canada, unfortunately, so I don't often get to, like I said, I don't get to go to those things. I've never been to a convention or anything like that. I would absolutely love to, but I've never had the opportunity. Are you attending the Eternal Weekend? Emergent Growth. Some of the cards are, yeah, pringled right up. Sixth Sense. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Combat damage, so it's not as good as Keen Sense. Essence Scatter. Scribe of the Mindful. I don't hate that, actually. That's okay. The Minotaur. Torch Courier. Not a lot of playables in here. I mean, like, Vicious Rumors is actually okay. Fertile Ground, maybe that simplifies. Oh, yeah. Hotel Trivago, not paid. Sorry. It's just instinct. 400 a night? Sheesh. And you know they jacked those prices up for that weekend. Ooh, nice. Some more old border foils. I think that might be the last of them, though. So we got some more Invasion, the multicolor foils. Horned Cheetah, not that crazy. His lifelink. Horned Kavu. Words of Wisdom is actually a semi-playable card. This is a 2-mana instant that says you draw 2 cards and each other player draws a card. In a world where Orcish Bowmaster exists in competitive Magic, this can actually be fine. Because it forces the draw, it's not a May. So you can be like, okay, I'm going to make everybody draw a card that's not their card, the first card per turn. So you're going to get 5 draws total out of this when there's 5 people on board. And 5 damage is a big deal when there's a problem creature. Words of Wisdom is really good. Wind Scouter, this is a Prophecy foil. Holy shit, man. I love these old border foils, dude. I can't get over them. And the foiling was so much different then compared to, you know, when they do Innistrad Remastered. Ribbon Snake. Ooh, that one's kind of thundered. That's in rough shape. Ribcage Spider. And then back to the more modern cards. Yeah, old border foils, man, they just really do it for me. Yeah, so it's no tacos back then. I don't know. I'm certain that there's maybe a couple. Pringles, I think they call them. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not too bad. There's a little bit of curvature to them, but not near as bad as like Commander Legends was. Holy shit, that was brutal. Here, this can go in here. He had this little thing. He had a couple decks stuffed into this thing when I picked up the collection. And he had some spin downs as well. So 3 of them, I think, were M19. Yeah. And then there's an Ixalan. And then this one's really nice, actually. This is Hour of Devastation. I love the colors in this one. This is beautiful. The core set ones I usually donate to like local libraries and things like that. I want to see young people get into Magic. Before we pop onto the box full of rares, it's sore. I wanted to show off this thing. So this is... It is full of shit. There's nothing really... I mean, like Mana Clash, I guess, is kind of cool, but for the most part, it's all just shit. I'll go through this for real at a future time. Get out of there. I just really wanted to show off the box, actually. So this is a Raging Bull product. These go for about 40 euros used, or sorry, new, and about 30 euros new. Used, oh my god. Words are really hard right now. But yeah, so this showcases Jester's Mask. I can't remember what this is, something statue. And then here is the tome of JM whatever the fuck, and then scroll rack, and then it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Moxen on it, and then Chaos Orb and Black Lotus. This is basically just a storage box, and this one's in really good shape. There's a little bit of dings on the corner here, but nothing major really. Again, I'm just a big fan of the old school stuff, so this really tickles my fancy as well. This is actually the thing that I'm most excited about from this collection buy, oddly enough. Even more excited than the big hits that I got. Yeah, so these go for about 30 to 40 euros used or new. And all the artwork on here is done by Christopher Rush. It's a Raging Bull product. I'm not exactly certain what year they made them. But it's a really cool piece of Magic's history from an artist who is now deceased. You know, and it features all the power, and it holds, I think 550 double-sleeved cards is what it said online when I was reading. So it holds a decent amount. And it will hold them sleeved, which is really good. I don't know that I would use it for carrying around my decks, because I've got really nice deck boxes already, but nah, I'm not jamming games, Carl. Nah, I'm chilling. I'm not even in the fucking... I'm not even in the league. Not even in the league right now, brother. Alright. We'll flip through this rare box here. So this is all rares and mythics. Most of what he had for rares and mythics was already in here. At the moment, Carl, I've got a lot of inventory to do. Most of his old border foils and stuff were in here as well. So he was semi-organized. Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know who Yu Yu Hakusho is. I assume some kind of artist. Before we get into this, I'll show off my shit a little bit more. So this one's nothing crazy. This is what I put like test decks in, stuff that I'm testing. I'll put it in this one. An anime from the 90s. Nice. This is the deck that or the deck box that I put my Kinnan deck in. So this is laser engraved. My wife got it for me for Christmas in 2021. But it's laser engraved. She picked it up off Etsy. You can see a little bit of discoloring here. It did come apart. I dropped it, the lid, at one point. So I just had to pop some wood glue on and hold it with some clamps for a couple days. But it's got the little dice tray. Oops. Got a bunch of From the Vault dice in there. Lord of the Rings dice. And then it's got the life counter on the front as well. I don't use this. But yeah, it's a gorgeous fucking deck box. And originally when I had built the deck, or sorry, this deck actually didn't start out as something that I had built. A friend gifted me a Karametra God of the Harvest? The one that makes it so colorless mana goes into your mana pool at the end of your turn. And so it was a big mana deck that played a lot of big mana creatures, and it was mostly sea creatures and stuff like that. And what I did was he gave that to me pretty early when I started playing Commander. And then Kinnan was printed in 2020 with Ikoria, and I pulled one and I read him and I was like, wow, this is an incredible deck. It's extremely powerful. The effect on Kinnan is so good. So I swapped out the Commander, and then slowly, as time went on, this deck... Might as well show it off a little bit. I have one more deck box to show off as well. This deck slowly evolved. I think I've been playing Kinnan now for 5 years, basically since he was printed. So OG Foil Chrome Mox, OG Simic Signet. I'm working on foiling this deck out. Manamo, Foil, Nature's Rhythm, Refractor, some Tarkir lands, Delighted Halfling, Emergent Zone, Old Border Foil Endurance, Treasure Vault promo, OG Ancient Tomb, Morphling promo, Judge promo foil, Mana Vault, Force of Vigor, Remora, Esh Thrasios, Consphinx, promo Llanowar, 3rd edition Soul Ring, Spirit Guide. So I'm a big fan of either having foils, I like them a lot, or original cards. Elder Spirit Guide, first printing of Spirit Guide, wherever the tomb is, very first printing of Ancient Tomb, right? So, you know, if it's not foil, I'm fine with that. Arcane Signet, Starting Town, Sky Turtle and Foil, Force of Will, Sightgrift, Mox Amber, Old Border Foil, Mox Opal, Otawara. This is, I have a Trop Isle back on the way. I sold mine. I sold mine so that I could buy some Spider-Man. I won't lie. And then won one in a raffle a few days later. Nezahal, Misty Rain, One Ring, Seedborn. I'm working on this very slowly. Gilded Drake. My Kinnan deck is bad now. But he's my longest standing. He's has a sentimental place in my heart. Power Artifact, Lotus Petal, Mox Diamond, Patient Zero. This thing's disgusting. Let's pull it out. I know I'm kind of just here flexing, but... Look at this thing. Absolutely filthy. Has a crease in the back. Doesn't affect the front. Doesn't affect the actual structural integrity of the card. There is not a single black edge on this thing. It is filthy. You'll never guess what I still paid for this thing. I did buy it like the peak of COVID. Like 2022, 2021. Tezzeret. I was eyeing up a foil of this. I have some credit online. Crop Rotation, Soul Cauldron, pre-release foil, Metamorph. That's one of my favorites. Elvish Mystic, just picked that up. Perplexing Chimera, Study OG, Basalt Monolith 3rd edition, Born Upon the Wind Surge. Oh, I love Power Artifact in this deck. I need a Transmute Artifact. That's the next thing I'm looking for. OG Worldly, OG Cephalid, not foil. The foil of this is so expensive. Mystical Tutor OG, Surge Ballista, Gemstone. I just pulled this in my pack opening series. Scalding Tarn, Chain of Vapor, Grim, Cradle. Thank you to Master of All Ducks for selling me this. I appreciate you. I love you. Yeah, Transmute Artifact is fucking expensive. Trophy Mage OG Foil. I think this is OG. I can't remember. Enduring Vitality, Invasion, Mindbreak, Boseiju. These are cool. Force and the Mana Drain. I love the way these two look together. Yeah. So that's the Kinnan deck. It does hold a bit of sentimental value, as it was converted from a deck that was a birthday gift for me into the CEDH deck. It's probably the only deck that I will never put down. It evolved over years and years. That's the deck box my wife got me as well. I'm a pretty sentimental guy. And then this is another deck box of mine. This one is currently empty as I only have 2 decks. But this deck... Ooh, why is that stuck? This deck originally held my Kalia of the Vast deck, or this deck box. A friend of mine, I was kind of explaining what I've been doing with Magic. This thing's almost... Oh god, it's gotta be almost a decade old. I've been with my wife for 9 years now. 8 years? So yeah, I got this thing in like, before her and I started dating. Oh my god. But yeah, so this had my Kalia deck in it, and a good friend of mine built this for me. And so other than the hinges, there's no screws. It is all it's all wood dowels and nails. He sanded it all down. Like he carved it all by hand, no power tools involved at all. It's completely handmade and glued. Unfortunately, when you put a deck box or a deck into it, I had to put these in as spacers side to side. I can actually show you. Because I double sleeve all my high power decks because I do believe Magic is a little bit of an investment. The cards are meant to be played, but they're also, you know, if I'm ever in a pinch, I would like to be able to, you know, have some liquidity. Yeah, so double sleeved is quite a bit larger than a standard sleeve deck. So I had to put these spacers in the sides so that way when I closed it, it wouldn't catch. You can still hear it catches a little bit, but that's only on the divider. But yeah, so I used this for a long time for my Kalia deck until I took that deck apart. Someday I'll build it again, probably. Now is not that time. But yeah, those are the 2 deck boxes that I mainly run. And I run the other one for my test decks, like I said. Anything that I'm kind of just trying out. But the high value decks I like to put into the handmade wood ones. They're really nice. Big fan. Like I said, sentimental guy. Alright, let's get back to these rares. Make sure my phone camera isn't gonna die here. 20%. Let's see. This one, 30%. We got time. So yeah, for the most part, I've gone through this collection. Well, not gone through. I've divided it, taken out all the rares, taken out all the foils, as you saw earlier. And next step is to divide the commons and uncommons, pull out little value things. Maybe we'll go through a box tonight on stream. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so the big hits I've already pulled out of this. So there's the Flaming Sword, which was, you know, the misprint. Baller, I don't know if you were here when I showcased this earlier. Old border foil, Mercadian Masks, Flaming Sword, downshifted text, misprint. This is really, really cool. And then we've got these. These were the 3 top hits from the collection. When I pulled these out, I was like, holy shit. Oh, it is not a good card, Baller. Not a good card at all, but it being an old border foil misprint means it's probably going to demand some kind of premium. I did post it on the misprint page on Facebook, and there are some people that are pretty interested in it, so I might run an auction for it soon. Yeah, so these were the big hitters. So you've got an Expedition Forbidden Orchard, OG Expo. So that's pretty cool. It's in relatively good shape. No whitening on the back that you can see. Maybe a little bit down here. And no visible surface scratches in the light. The art is cool. Yeah, the Minotaur with the sword is really cool. Yeah, no visible surface scratches on the Forbidden Orchard, which is awesome. So that one's definitely a near mint. That one goes for about 75 Canadian. Wasteland, I think this one had a little bit of... Yeah, so this one's got a little bit of wear. A little bit of whiting, corner ding. A little bit of whiting here, a little bit of whiting here. So like a retailer would call this near mint, but trying to sell this on the secondary market... Oh man, I love this card. You have no idea. If I could build a strip mine deck, if I could show you the world, if I could build a strip mine deck without getting hated on every day. But yeah, so this one's not bad. I'll probably sell it at SP. That one is also around $75. So about 150 bucks for the two of these. And then, or sorry, the Wasteland is the more expensive. This one's 130 Canadian. The Planar Bridge Invention is the other 75. So between the three cards, it's about $280, I think. So a little bit of profit on top of what I paid for the collection, which is awesome. That's what I love to see. So this is a, yeah, is this, do they call this a masterwork or an invention? I've never seen one of these before today in person. And this one's in, again, relatively good shape. They almost look fake. Little bit of whitening on the left-hand side here. The back is really clean though. Looks really good. This one's probably a near mint sale. A little bit of whiting down here as well. All in all, yeah, like really good shape. I've never seen one of these before in person. This one's also about 75 Canadian. Really beautiful cards. The foiling on them is really nice. They almost look fake though, like it's so strange. So yeah, those four are probably going to be the big tickets in the collection. I think they're called inventions. I can't remember if they're called masterwork or invention. I think they're inventions though. I think Masterwork of Ingenuity is what I'm thinking of, the card. Masterpiece. Haha! Masterpiece. Yeah, 52 Canadian. Face-to-face was $75 out of stock, so I'll double check. All of these were out of stock on face-to-face games, not counting the Flaming Sword. It's like $3 in a regular version. I'll probably get about 50 for it, which is great. Oh, you know what's interesting? My Twitch chat is not working on the stream. One moment here, if you guys don't mind. Hey man, how's it going? Just ripping through a collection buy that I got today. Just kind of going through, it came with a couple commander decks and kind of just checking it out and enjoying it with everybody. Oh yeah, I actually just finished showing these off. Twitch. So, Flaming Sword, Old Border Foil. Well, so if you see in the very top of the stream, there's that little dark bar, and it's actually supposed to display the chat, but for whatever reason, it is not displaying the chat. So I'm going to fix that right now. Save. Copy link. I'm assuming it copied. Properties. Paste. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There should be some chat coming up there. Yeah, those are the top hits. Oh, there we go. Preview. Copy. Try this again. Paste. Okay. No, I don't see it coming up still. Weird. Alright, so let's remove this. And then we're going to add browser. Okay. Paste. Okay. Whoa. Sorry, I'll fix this in a minute. Sorry, Dingo. I'm gonna drop some numbers in chat and see if anything pops up. It's really... Oh yeah, there it is. I shouldn't really be fucking with this on stream, but boo you whore. Just fucking edging you on the fucking on what the hits were. 1920 height. Oh yeah, dude, that was a huge army. Properties. Paste, okay. Oh yeah, okay. So this should be it for chat now, I think. Then we just have to cut this up. Send me some models to paint. I wouldn't want you to do it for free though. I don't feel like that's fair. If you guys don't mind just popping some words in chat now that that's fixed. Let's see if it's actually gonna work or not. I see some chat now, but that's just me. Just dick butts in chat, please. Poop. Perfect. You can paint my death guard. Interesting that it's not showing Dingo. Dingo, are you on YouTube or are you on Twitch? Twitch. Interesting that it's not showing you. I wonder why. Okay, that's fine. Cool, thank you. Sorry about that, and thanks for bearing with me. It's been a minute since I fucked with Stream Elements. Okay, so the hits so far. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not showing you. Maybe it's a setting on my end or something. Yeah, so the Flaming Sword downshift on the text. You can see the enchant creature is really low. The flavor text, the ability, the mana cost is shifted up. You can still see the rest of the mana cost in the top, but a misprint like that will demand a bit of a premium. And then we also got 2 expeditions. So these are 75 bucks a piece. The Masterpiece, the Expo, and then we've also got the Wasteland. Fuck with this a little more. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Beautiful. Sorry about the ads. Thanks for watching them. Give me that money, you know? Yeah, so a couple of expos. These are pretty nice. The Wasteland's 130 bucks Canadian. The other Expos 75, and then the Planar Bridge Masterpiece is 75. So it actually more than paid for the entire collection. I did kind of show off how much there was. There's a couple Commander decks right here, a couple more like constructed decks that he made, and then this massive pile, and then another bag here, but this massive pile of boxes, and then there's another box right there as well. And Baller, if you really want some stuff to paint, I have a lot, and then some. And that's what I've painted so far. This isn't a 40k stream though, this is a Magic stream. A day in the life of Timmy. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of flip through this box of rares and maybe see if there's anything worth setting aside, and kind of getting ready to price out probably tomorrow. So get the War Boss, Dream Eater. We can actually pull these out of the sleeves while we're going. Oops. Fuck you, card. You're an Orc player? I am a Tyranids player. Narcomoeba used to be really good. Yeah, the misprint's really sweet. I like it a lot. Not enough to keep it. So nothing really crazy. Nib Mizzet Perun. This is a pretty playable card. And it's in foil. Used to be a very relevant CEDH commander until he got smoked with the Banhammer. Rage Blood Shaman, Talrand is just a bulk rare, unfortunately. I like these sleeves a lot, which is kind of stupid, but... Stormtide Leviathan, this is a house. Gets Island Walk. Creatures without flying or Island Walk can't attack. This is not only a massive 8/8 body on an 8-cost creature, but it's also evasion, changes everything to an island. So now you play Magic. Warhammer can be for me, Warhammer is a time investment. That's what I don't like about it, is it takes a lot of time. I know you saw Connor eat a Stormtide. Was he just mad about it? Like, was he upset about the card existing? Insidious Will. Where are we here? Get my bearings. Metallurgic Summons. I like this card a lot. This is a mythic from Kaladesh. 5 mana. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct, where X is that spell's mana cost. And then you can pay 5 to exile Metallurgic Summons, and basically get all your you'll get all of your instants and sorceries from your graveyard to your hand. That's a really nice card. Not that good, unfortunately, but it's cool. The Rock. You were a grinder back in 2020, I assume that means? That it's supposed to say? I don't know why it's not showing... Oh, maybe it's... No. Because I don't think Baller is a... subs... Ah, he's a mod? Maybe it only shows subs and mods? I don't know. Maybe I can edit that in the future. Metalwork Colossus is okay. I shit myself earlier because I thought these were Vidalcan Oris, but it's Ghirapur Oris, which is infinitely worse. 2018, 2019. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never played like Tournament Warhammer. I have so many models and I've only played maybe 5 times. I've had models since I was 15 years old. I'm 31 now. When I had them initially, I didn't play. Authority of the Council is nice stacks piece. Puts all your opponent's creatures in tapped. Aetherworks Marvel. Yeah, I've had models since I was 15 years old. Oh, for Magic. I see. Sorry. Hero's Bane and foil. I think everybody had one of those. Arbor Colossus. Scourge Wolf. This is not the foil one. He had a werewolf deck kicking around. Yeah, I gotta figure out one of these 3 commander decks to give him back. What do you guys think? What do you think you would enjoy playing the most? Like, so we've got Anamatu, Azuri, and Marin. Which, oh, that's a bad angle for Marin. Sounds like red-blue. I mean, he likes red-blue, but there's no red-blue commander deck here. So for context, this guy had a shit time. See, it's not showing Rush's chat either. How weird. I wonder why. Huh. Maybe there's an updated version that I gotta do. I don't know. Yeah, for context for anybody who's just tuning in, this guy played Magic for a few years and then basically ended up getting hated off tables at the LGS. People were being assholes to him, saying, you know, he shouldn't be coming to pre-releases because he never wins, and Magic left a really sour taste in his mouth. So, you know, fast forward 3-4 years later, 5 years later, I bought his collection, gave him some cash for it. But I don't want him to leave Magic with a sour taste in his mouth, so I'm going to offer him one of these 3 commander decks back. Maybe green-blue? Yeah, maybe the Azuri one. I could sleeve it up for him. He did send me, or did include, a pack of sleeves. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, like, what do you guys think he would play? Or maybe, you know, maybe what he might be interested in. I think green-blue is probably the closest to, I guess, red-blue. I don't think that's true, but Rush, not too much. Not a pun, not intended. Just flipping through this collection that I picked up today, kind of bullshitting with the viewers before I mellow out this evening, and I don't know, I was just chilling, going through cards. So I was like, well, why not kind of go through them with some people? Have some conversation. Cryptolith Rite is a really nice rare. I actually wasn't paying attention to any of these ones. No. I don't hate Cultivator. It's actually really good in black-green decks. Ramp and Draw, yeah, true. Cryptolith Rite is pretty playable, so we'll set that one aside for now. This card, I was looking at the non-foil one a minute ago, but the foil version, I don't know why, but I really like the artwork on this. It's like a mutant rotting dog. It's not a very good card. It's a 2-mana 2/2, double strike if there are 4 or more cards in your graveyard. But I just really like the art. It's very cool. Gotta keep the rares separate. So Lena, yeah. Okay, I love the art. Card's not that good. That's right. Probably was good somewhere at some point. Like, it was probably good in limited. Sack a creature, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Transmog Wand, Archaeologist, Den of Wishes. Mentor of the Meek in foil is kind of nice. Spit Flame, Dragon's Horde. Whenever you become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell unless they pay 1. Oh, interesting. Amulet of Safekeeping. Infernal Reckoning. So this just like pops an Eldrazi. Exile target colorless creature, gain life equal to its power. Sheesh. Exile an Eldrazi and just like gain 12 life. That's sick. Cleansing Nova, Mentor. Enchanted creature, copy it. 2 mana for a copy spell is really good. Only hits creatures though, so it's less good. Open the Graves. Master Thopterist. Patient Rebuilding. Beginning of your upkeep, target opponent puts the top 3 cards of their library into the graveyard, then you draw a card for each land, put it into the graveyard that way. Yeah, okay. Precognition Field. This is pretty cool. Lets you fix the top of your deck in order to just like keep storming off with instants and sorceries. Marwyn's pretty solid. Yeah. Chance for Glory. The 3 mana instant, you get an extra turn after this one, but then you lose after that turn. So if you're like, oh, I need one more turn, or I need to be able to untap one more time and then I can win. This is really it. This is the way to do it. Doom Whisperer, fucking love this card. This is actually probably going to go into my Celeste deck. This is incredible. It is expensive though. It's a 5 mana 6/6. Like it's an okay rate. I don't know if it's really CEDH viable. Tristani, Aurelia, Packfoil, Impervious Greatworm. Woohoo, let's go, baby! The Shockland. There's a few in here, not a crazy amount. I was expecting a little bit more when I went through it, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Chromatic Lantern's really good. Scapeshift, I think there's a playset of these in here. This is incredible for Corvold decks and other lands decks. Vivian, Chamber Sentry. Revival, flip card, or split card, sorry. Ego, Operative, another split card, Guild Mage. Foil Rare. Split, Midnight Reaper, Light of the Legion, Camaraderie, Menagerie, Charnel Troll, Revival. Beast Whisperer in foil is pretty cool. I used to love this card. It's not as good as it used to be. Etrata, another Troll, another Menagerie. There we go. A couple more Shocklands, couple Ancient Tombs, or Overgrown Tombs, sorry. Loxodons, Vivids, Temple Garden. And I think that's it. I think it was only there's another Scapeshift, Bone Dragon. I think it was only the 4 Shocklands in the entire collection, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's no big deal. And I think I found 3 fetch lands. Gin of Wishes, blech. Alpine Moon. Fraying Omnipotence. Goreclaw is so sick. Another Gigantosaurus. Lots of duplicates, which is fine, you know. A little bit of volume is okay. Vanquisher's Banner used to be a big hit. Yeah, nothing really noteworthy here. Unbreakable Formation is pretty good. Verity Circle can be relevant now. Herald. Fleet Swallower used to be badass as fuck. Yeah, so I mean, Banner's still okay. It's not terrible. and see which printing it is, and now it's going to bug me if I don't check. Can I put it on this side? No. Ixalan. It's a $3 TCG player, so probably $5-6 Canadian. You know, there's a lot of little value in here. Formation, Fleet Swallower, Dockhand, Tezzeret's Betrayal, Fated Showdown, vehicles that nobody cares about, some dinos. Ooh, nice. I think I missed these on the first go around. Yeah, for the price I paid for this collection, I am definitely really happy with it. This is the second one this year. Land pass. This is the second one this year that I've gotten that's been really good for what I paid. The first one I paid $150 or $175 for. And the first binder page had 2 great henges in it. It was nuts. Yeah, lands are where your money is, man. A nice Flooded Strand, nice little fucking Bloodstained Mire action. I thought I saw another Bloodstained Mire in here. Yeah, 2 henges in the first binder page. And it basically doubled what I paid for the collection. I think I was just like, yeah, I don't play anymore. I was really interested at the time, but I have no use for these. I don't know what to do with them. And I was like, well, I'd love to buy them. He was like, yeah, Gravecrawler's nice. Avenger of Zendikar. Everybody has eaten one of these. Scute Mob, the OG Scute Swarm before Power Creep. I say that, but at the time it was like, holy shit. Joyra, love this. Joyra is the go-to for Eldrazi decks. So Joyra gives cards Suspend. And then you play cards in your deck to manipulate time counters. And this allows you to be able to like cast Eldrazi on like turn 4 for 2 mana basically. Excuse me. Some gunk on these. Gross. Quicken. Lovisa Cold Eyes. Yeah, it was a really good pickup as well, Baller. I was very happy. Coat of Arms is kind of goated. Future Sight's nice. Body Double. And then we get into just some stuff pulled. Spear is pretty good. Fate Unraveler, whenever an opponent draws a card, deals 1 damage to that player. This is like Orcish Bowmaster before Orcish Bowmaster. Doomwake Giant, I believe, is... Yeah, of course you do. It's a good card. Doomwake Giant, I believe, is a hit. Or it was late last year. OG Foil Yiva. Cast green creatures as though they had flash. Really big fan. Furnace of Wrath from Tempest. Boundless Realms. Another Coat of Arms. Conjurer's Closet. Filigree Angel. Pack Foil. Nemesis. Puppeteers. Original Urza's Rage. I love this artwork. It's like the Brothers War, the mechs, and stuff like that. Before it was like really prevalent. Plague Belcher is really nice, can be a combo piece. Soulscar Mage, Pull from Tomorrow, Archfiends. Neheb's pretty good. A couple more lands. Omniscience is a nice hit. Quasi Duplicate, Dream Eater, another Chrome Lantern. Intruder Alarm's huge. This is cool. This is some starter deck stuff. Ransack. Not really that good of a card, but it's cool to see. Harsh Mentor. This thing puts in fucking work, dude. Hey, there it is. Oh, and the mana confluence. Wow, I missed a couple. Yeah, that's huge, man. Mana confluence is like $55 as well. So yeah, definitely a really good pickup. I'm very happy with it. General Tazri, I expect this to go up with Avatar having allies in it. I don't know if it's the best ally deck. Gearhulk, Mirpool, Caltius is a big hit. Trees, Decimator of the Provinces. I love this card, and this is again similar to that Scourge Wolf. Here's a non-foil, might be a little easier to see. Similar to the Scourge Wolf, I just love the art of that thing just like rotting away. Grim Flayer is fucking incredible. This thing is very underrated in the Gitrog monster. Void Winnower, another hit. Omnath, a hit. Endless one. Deadeye is really strong. Desolation Twin, Beast Caller. Like this, yeah, this was a really, really good pickup collection. Cathar's Crusade's a nice hit. Spawn and foil, Sidisi and foil, that's pretty sick. Cons of Tarkir, everyone. Silumgar from Fate Reforged, Warden of the First Tree, Collective Effort. This used to be like a $15 card, and it's just not anymore. It's just no good. Been printed so many times. Couple Barals, Deutschroot. I love Sorting Baller. That's one of the joys of it. I made a post on... Ooh, what is this? This thing is in rough shape. This thing is damaged. Oh no. Oh, okay, thank God. Yeah, so this... Something like this... let's see if I can get that show off. Right there. You can probably see it on the back a little bit better. Massive crease. That is a no-go. This will... I mean... It's only a couple dollar card anyways. But that'll be probably... It'll either hit the bin or I'll stick it in a box to donate to the library. Yeah, I made a post today discussing, you know, sometimes you can pick up these big collections and it's a lot of work, man. It definitely takes lots and lots of hours. It took me about 2 hours to go through everything and separate the rares and the foils. Not bad. I kept the foil rares with the rares, obviously. Yeah, it took me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe to go through all 12,000 cards. But it is kind of just like what I do. Ally Encampment, again, another probably hot pickup before Avatar. Machias, big combo card. Guild, loved this card when it came out. Lots of Eldrazi. Orin Viper again from Conspiracy. Diabolic Revelation, Rise of the Dark Realms, super good, strong card in casual. Yeah, I love sorting. I kind of live for it. Not really, but Paradox Engine. Anyone? Pummelers. So lots of like $2 to $5 to $10 cards in here. Obviously barring the shocks and the fetch lands. However, shocklands are extremely cheap right now. If you are looking to pick up shocklands at the moment, it is the time. You would be foolish not to. Right now, they just got reprinted in Edge of Eternities. They're going to get reprinted again in Lorwyn. If you're looking for just base playable versions, really good time to pick them up. They are very cheap, and they will stabilize around $15-20 again, as they always do. You know, obviously the more desirable color combinations like red, blue, black, green. Green, blue is the other one I was thinking of. They typically settle a little bit higher, $20 to $25 range. pick them up if you need them now, before they settle again. It seems that no matter how many times they print Shocklands, Battle at the Bridge, Worldbreaker, love this card. It seems that no matter how many times, again, this one's really rough. This one's got some damage in the top. I can't actually sell that on the retail website. It's got a big ding in the side, damage on the bottom, so that'll be a dono. Yeah, every time they reprint them, they take a dive, and then Kozilek's returns a hit. They take a dive, and then they go back. They always pretty much settle back up at that $15, $20 mark. They'll stop printing them for maybe a year, 6 months. Behold the Beyond. Discard your hand, search your library for 3 cards, put those cards into your hand, then shuffle. There's a lot of copies of Eldritch Evolution in here. I really like this card. This is like sack a creature, find something that costs the same +2. Really good. Yeah, same thing as fetches. They reprint them every 6 months to a year, 2 years. They take a pretty big nosedive, and then right afterwards they're back up to more or less where they were. I have noticed that they're generally speaking, you know, like $1.03 lower, but Gitrog Monster, ooh baby, love me a Gitrog Monster. I helped a buddy of mine cook up a deck for quite a while. We worked on that deck, and then he got away from it, unfortunately. But yeah, so they always tend to settle. But I have noticed the last couple times they're a couple dollars lower than what they were prior to the print. Not that I don't think it matters long term. They're way too playable in every Eternal or rotating format. Storm the Vaults, some Ixalan flippers. This is the fair version of Tolarian Academy. There's also one in... It's interesting. So Ixalan has Growing Rites of Itlamok and Storm the Vault. So like Gaia's Cradle, Tolarian, and then all in one set. And then Edge of Eternity did the same thing. They built... Oh, and then the white one. There's one, I think, for this set as well that does enchantments. I wouldn't be able to tell you the name of it, but maybe it's in here. As a haul, fucking amazing card. Thematic Compass, maybe? No, that's the Fair Mazavith. No, I don't know what it is. I can't remember it, but it's the one. Sarah's Sanctum. It's Fair Sarah's Sanctum, basically. But yeah, I've noticed that they always reprint those in batches in the same set. Collective Efforts, lots of Eldritch Moon, lots of Magic Origins, and Kaladesh. He was definitely chasing those masterworks, masterpieces. Chandra's Ignition is 5 mana, but an incredible card. A house. Twin Flame's a nice combo piece. Renewal. Keranos, that's a nice hit. Yeah, so I've got Resurgent is very expensive mana-wise, but despite that, still a hit. I've definitely got some work cut out for me. I'll have some inventory. There's 2 or 3 copies of Heroic Intervention in here, which is really nice. Yeah, tons of inventory to do over the next few days. Exquisite Blood, like... Yeah, he had it's... Like I said, man, the reasoning... Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit of an asshole when it comes to, you know, your loss is my gain. I'm happy that I got it in that sense. I'm sad that he got out of it for the reason that he did. Because he had some really nice cards. Like, his collection was sizable. He had good stuff. He obviously knew what he was doing based on the like constructed decks that I had seen him, or seen that he had built. He had a good understanding of the game, but yeah, unfortunately just a few people ruined it for him. Eternal Scourge is really nice, food chain combo piece. Another Heroic Intervention. overall, I paid $250 Panharmonicon, Noxious Gear Hulk, Gonti. I paid $250 for the collection. The Spider-Man box that I opened yesterday. Ooh, that's damaged too as well. It's pretty hard for you guys to see, I would imagine. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, see right here next to my thumb. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a cat stepped on it with some claws out. Unfortunate. Yeah, I paid $250. At the end of it, I will probably be close to $1,500 in return. Aetherflux Reservoir, Splendid Wreck, another Authority. This is cool. Playset of Inventor's Fair. Incredible. A foil Shivan Reef from Origins. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, it is really sad that he got out of it for the reason he did. Yeah, this is one of the better collection pickups. Because I mean, before we go through the last bit of this box, and then after I'm done the box, oh, my phone's at 3%. I might actually have to cut off now. We'll discuss this really quick, but yeah, after these 3 cards sell, I'm all profit. The entire thing. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to finish looking through this box with you guys. My camera is at 3%. I didn't get to fully charge it before we started, but that's okay. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out and just kind of checking the collection out with me. I don't mind doing these little just chatting streams. They're fun. Well, I'm just sitting here, you know, kind of doing my thing anyways. I might as well be streaming. Chip, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it, especially with you being a new chatter. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, fuck those guys, man. That's not cool. Yeah, thanks for hanging out in Timmy's Lair. I am not going to be able to raid anybody because my camera's going to die before that happens. So have a beautiful, I guess, Sunday now. For most people, maybe it's still Saturday. Enjoy yourselves. And don't be cunts. This guy quit Magic because people were fucking dicks. I'm not saying that any of you are cunts, but don't be cunts. Have a beautiful night. Stop and smell the flowers. Touch grass.